Good morning, children. It's me, Sachin sir. How are you all? I hope everybody is fine. Everybody is at home. Must be safe. What else can we do in these days? Let's be attentive. Let's be studious at home. Anyways, this year I'm going to teach you history, or you can say this year I'm going to teach you SST and especially the history part of SST. Today we are here with the very first chapter, the French Revolution. But dear children, before we proceed towards the destination of this chapter, I'd like to tell you the significance of Standard 9th. Till last year, it was something else. You used to be in limited portion. The portion used to be limited, the questions used to be limited, and all and all. But this year, it's not like that. This year, everything is going to become very vast. You know, SST contains so many books, and you have to study portion by portion. And that's why it takes time to get prepared in SST. Many children say SST is a burden in 9th and 10th. It's not so. It's all about our approach. It's not so. By the way, it's easy only when you pour your interest. It's easy, it goes easy, no doubt. The significance of Standard 9th is that 9th standard lays the foundation for 10th standard. In fact, 9th standard is underlying inspiration for your standard 10th. The way you will perform this year, the implications will be seen next year. You will surely shine in standard 10th. So dear children, for that, let us begin our journey in a fruitful way. Let us begin our journey in a studious way. Before we begin our 9th standard journey, we must make up our minds. How do I have to start our journey? I have to. Let's have a determination. And then only all these efforts, online efforts, will be fruitful, dear children. Anyways, let's move towards our topic. Don't worry, we won't take much part today. We shall take only introduction part. The first chapter of history is the French Revolution. French Revolution, a very well-known revolution. It's the first chapter. It's very important as far as exam is concerned. The 5 marks question is for sure asked on this chapter. So for that purpose, you need to pay attention. And the most important thing now, for objectives, you have to understand lesson or chapter quite in detail. Then only you will be able to understand each and every objective. You know, we don't have to prepare objectives in a different way, in a special way. Let's pay attention towards chapter and let's keep getting. As we see the movie and as we keep getting everything, likewise, let's take this chapter as a movie. Let's take this chapter story as a movie story, and let's come to know all about objectives and subjectives. Everything will be easy. If you understand chapter in detail, if you understand the story of chapter, you will be able to create your own answers. Yeah, you'll be able to create your own answers. If I ask you a question on any movie, won't you be able to answer? If I ask you in 3 Idiots, why was Farhan not interested in engineering? Won't you be able to tell me? Yes, because he was interested in bird and all. Likewise, try to understand this chapter in that way and try to answer by your own. Create your own points. And that's the beauty of answer then. Because CBSE demands, let's not mug the answers, let's understand the answers. Let's have comprehensive steps. For that purpose, you need to be attentive. If you pay attention, if you are focused, make sure history is yours. In fact, you will create the history. Anyways, let's move towards the first chapter then, the French Revolution. In this chapter, we shall see only introduction and background of this chapter. We shall not begin chapter in the real sense. But by the way, this is all related to chapter, or this is the chapter, introductory part of chapter. Let's see the introduction. The French Revolution. What was French Revolution? It's talked about, it is generally said, French Revolution was the child of American Revolution. Yeah, you heard it right. French Revolution was the child of American Revolution. American Revolution took place in the year 1776. It went on till 1783. And in this American Revolution, American people had been victorious against Britishers. When this news traveled to Europe, and when the French people heard about this story, or when they saw American Revolution, when they came to know the result, they were surprised and shocked. How could it become possible? Handful people could defeat a mighty nation like England? They did not believe, but that was the fact. And then they had a question. If a country like America, 13 American colonies were there, very few people were there. If a country like America can defeat its parent country, then why can't we? And then the seeds of revolution had been sown. See, what I want to tell you. American Revolution sowed the seeds of revolution in the minds of French people, and then they were ready. Then they were ready to fight. They all had become revolutionary inside them. The thing was, they needed an opportunity. They wanted an opportunity to prove their revolutionary mind. They wanted to bring intellectual change, they wanted to bring political change, they wanted to bring economical change, and they wanted to change the scenario of France. For that purpose, they were ready. Now, this was about introduction. Let's see the meaning. Meaning of French Revolution. If somebody asks you the question, what is the meaning of French Revolution? Your simple answer would be, it was a revolt of people against the French monarch. People versus king. It was the revolt of people against the French monarch. That is the meaning of French Revolution. But dear children, try to understand the outward meaning and the symbolic meaning. Outwardly, the meaning of French Revolution was a revolt of people against the French monarch. But its symbolic significance was, it was actually to create or to bring social equality. The French Revolution had been launched by French people in France to bring social equality. In fact, social equality was the underlying inspiration for the people of France, since there was no social equality. France was the country of inequality. Why? It's all about French social structure. I shall tell you in my next video about social structure of France. Right now, try to understand. Did you understand what am I getting, dear children? Right now, try to understand the symbolic meaning of French Revolution. The symbolic meaning of French Revolution was to bring social equality. And what was its outward meaning? The outward meaning was, it was a revolt of people against French monarch. Now next, aim. The aim of the French Revolution was to bring social justice, social equality. The people wanted liberty. People wanted to be out from the clutches of Louis dynasty. And this aim they carried out in French Revolution. And that's why, dear children, the French Revolution was regarded as the starting point of history of modern world. That's why the French Revolution was regarded as the starting point of history of modern world. It means that modern world's history had been led at that time by means of French Revolution. French Revolution had taken place in the year 1789. Please remember the date. It had taken place in the year 1789. Now, meaning of revolution. See, I told you about French Revolution. Actually, what is the meaning of revolution? Meaning of revolution. Revolution means a fundamental change brought about intentionally. Try to understand. It means fundamental change brought about intentionally. What is the meaning of fundamental and all? I will tell you. Now see, for example, I will explain this with an example. When a social certain system, try to understand the example. When a social certain system inflicts injustice either on an individual or on a group as a whole and tries to stop social development, then people are aroused to action. Then people are aroused to action against that injustice. This action is called as revolution. This action is called as revolution. Such actions destroys the existing system. Such action destroys the existing system and tries to replace it with new system based on new values. With new system based on new values. In short, dear children, revolution is a revolt against social injustice. Revolution means a struggle against social injustice. See, there are two types of changes. What is the meaning of revolution? I want to tell you. There are two types of changes: natural changes and fundamental changes. Natural changes occur with the passage of time and we accept them. The doer is nature. Nature does that change. The changes which occur by nature are called as natural changes. We are helpless, we accept them. There are some types of changes, they are called as fundamental changes. And these fundamental changes are brought about intentionally or purposely by people. Fundamental changes are the changes which are set by people. And these changes are at that time when people don't accept certain changes. If certain changes are not accepted by you, you do the revolt and get the change according to your desire, and that will be a fundamental change. And that fundamental change comes only after revolution. So for now this is enough. It was an introduction so that you will understand what the hell is French Revolution. What is French Revolution? What is the meaning of French? What is the meaning of revolution? What was the introduction? What was the meaning? What was the outward meaning? What was the aim of it? And how was history of modern world set? And meaning of revolution? What are the natural changes, fundamental changes, and all? This is the French Revolution, the first chapter of SST. We have seen introduction today. So dear children, now the responsibility goes to you. Please read the introductory part, that is in the very beginning of the chapter. Please read the introductory or the introduction part of the chapter. Please start reading the chapter, and you will get what am I saying here. When you read, please keep a pen in your hand or highlighter in your hand. Keep underlining the names of places, names of people, and the years, because you never know when will those names or years come in the form of objectives, and they will become the answers. At the same time, keep preparing long answers, short answers, etc. So thank you very much for watching my first video, which I'll meet very soon. Please stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.